as the crowd is filing in the Pepsi Center, looking to cheer on the Nuggets. Last outing for Atlanta unsuccessful. The loss to Golden State in Oakland. So the Nuggets win the tip. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Ricky Rubio is out there with Green, and it's Porter at the small forward. Jennings drives in. Another shot. Gortat dishes to Wade. Pass to Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. Deep 2 from Jennings. Again, Jennings missing.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis. And Gallinari kicks to Gortat. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And that one's good. Millsap.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, you know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
Now here's Jennings. He dishes it to Gortat. And stolen by Horford. Rubio the pass to Horford. Three-pointer. Denver grabs the miss. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Jennings. Drills the three-pointer. Jennings has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Porter with the screen for Rubio. Horford with the screen on Jennings. Rubio. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
I've got to see hands out. I gotta laugh at you and call it luck because it wasn't due to you. Don't mean I ain't paying dues. It's stupid. I'm on my mind for reaching things that you can't. Just know I'm doing something you ain't. Simple and plain.
Welcome. Everyone, let's get ready for some NBA basketball. On 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
Ready to go?
Doris Burks on the sideline as well. This is the first game back in Denver for the Nuggets. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Green is up there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Porter at the small forward. Feeds to Wade. It's back to Jennings. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from three and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Millsap misses. Atlanta on D. Rubio against Jennings. And Fareed kicks to Gortat. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The feed to Porter. Off the screen. The shot will not go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Wade outside. Porter against Gallinari. Back to Wade. Nails the 16-footer. Wade's got his first 2 points.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Rubio outside. Millsap a screen. There's the pick. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Fast break. Jennings has got it. Green with the block. And they'll keep possession. And Gallinari kicks to Wade. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc. Good. Wade's got 5 points so far.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Outside, Green. Millsap passes to Porter. He kicks to Rubio. At the top of the key, Horford. Offensive rebound. Pass to Rubio. Will it go? Atlanta again missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
No one near Jennings as he lets it fly. And again, Denver with the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Now, here is Gallinari. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's Wade in the corner. Fareed inside. Millsap covering. Another three for Jennings. Jennings has got 6 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Horford dishes to Rubio. And it's Rubio again missing. For Atlanta, they come in off the loss to Golden State. And here's Jennings outside. Another three for Denver.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Now here's Green. Now Horford. Gortat with the defensive effort. The Nuggets leading by 10. Gortat with the screen for Jennings. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Now here's Jennings. 9 points in the game so far. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Porter in the corner. Horford with it. Now guarded by Fareed. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses the three.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
game time in Denver as the crowd is filing in the Pepsi Center, looking to cheer on the Nuggets. Last outing for Atlanta unsuccessful. The loss to the Golden State Warriors. Nuggets ball. So Atlanta will get the first possession. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Ricky Rubio is out there with Green. And it's Porter at the small forward. Here's Millsap. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. And guys, as a second-round pick, Danny Green was once an afterthought out of North Carolina. Now, he's one of the most dangerous three-point shooters in the league.
You're right, Kevin. Throughout last season, and 42% from beyond the arc for his career. And great consistency, too. He's been over 41 every season for the past 4.
6 to shoot. And that one's good by Gortat.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Atlanta with the ball. Green, the screen. And Rubio kicks to Horford. Tries from 10. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Horford's got his first basket of the night.
Talking about Danny Green, he owns one of the better field goal percentages for a volume three-point shooter in the league. And he's a marksman at the charity stripe, too. A valuable role player for any offense.
Now here's Wade. Gallinari wide open. They get it back. On defense, Denver. It's a three-point game. Porter. Here's Millsap. To the wing on the left. Green with the ball. Wade picks him up. Now here's Porter. To the wing right side. The drive by Green. Gortat with the block. Wade passes to Gallinari. Deflects the pass. Porter with the steal. Here's Millsap. Finished off the break. Millsap's got his second basket of the night.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And when you think about Danny Green, he doesn't just hit from downtown. He does it when it counts. Go back to that NBA Finals back in 13, and he made a total of 27 threes, smashing that previous record of 22, and that's coming up big in the biggest moments.
Now here's Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Fareed goes in. Gallinari inside the three-point line. And again, Denver no good. The Hawks leading by 4. Rubio outside. Millsap a screen. But Green. But they recover it. Rubio in the corner. And stolen by Jennings. To the paint. Got a hand on it. Green with the ball. To the left wing. Here's Porter. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
You know, getting back to Otto Porter's basketball family, it really prepped him to compete. Your family is the first place you learn to navigate and win battles in competition. And that goes for sports and life.
Gortat dishes to Fareed.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Got that one up quick. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
And talking about Porter, he certainly has worked hard to improve upon his weaknesses. That's a trait that's often instilled in a man at a young age. And he's not an explosive athlete, but his motor and want to compensate for that.
Hawks making a switch here. Pachulia is checked in. Here's Jennings. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And there's the feed to Wade. It's back to Jennings. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
Now, here's Green. Back to Rubio. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Stolen by Fareed. Gallinari with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Wade against Green. Screen by Fareed. 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. Porter with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Pachulia kicks to Rubio. They set the pick. Dishes to Pachulia. Gallinari against Porter. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Gortat with a screen on Green. Out left to the wing. Gallinari passes to Gortat. Out to Gallinari. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Got a piece of it. Near the three-point line, it's Wade. And it comes off the front of the rim. Atlanta leading by 9. Rubio outside. Pachulia dishes to Rubio. Green, the screen. It's Porter outside. No luck. Now Denver takes it the other way. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his first foul. Wade kicks to Jennings. Back to Wade. To stop the drought. And the shot is good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. He's got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Allen's checked in for Atlanta. Brooks comes in for Ricky Rubio. Millsap passes to Brooks. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Came in a screen. Warren dishes to Kamen. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. Atlanta leading by 7. Brooks outside. They set the pick. Allen for 3. The Hawks again can't hit. Nuggets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. They get the rebound. Looking at Denver, they want to turn it around after the loss to Memphis. From the arc, it's hauled in by Warren. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now, here's Warren. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Nuggets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
And the Hawks making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Now here's Stoudemire. Here is Porter. Tries to snap the cold streak. Misses at the rim.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Stoudemire attacking. And it's Denver with the rebound. The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. No good on the free throw. Johnson, he's checked in for Porter.
At the line for 2.
Good on the second free throw. The Hawks leading by 4. Brooks outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brooks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Afflalo with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Kamen sets a screen for Afflalo. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Now here's Brooks. Allen kicks to Stoudemire. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
At the line for your Nuggets.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier, can be a game-changing player, was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Now here's Allen. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Fires the 3. And it's Brooks, that time on the assist by Allen.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
.143 left here in the opening quarter. Out left to the wing. And Afflalo wide open. He shoots. kept alive. Moutier kicks to Kamen. Pachulia with the steal. Now Johnson. Brooks outside. Ray Allen is on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Kicks it to Kamen. Feeds it to Moutier. Pass to Powell. From past the arc. Rebound Brooks.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Stoudemire outside. Jacks up a 3. Allen's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 8. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The drive by Brooks. And stolen by Aflalo. An even 3-on-3 break. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 5 points so far.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
He used that pick just right. And that's now 9 points for Brooks.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hawks ahead. They're up by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Now in the court, your very own Nuggets.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Hawks foul.
Moutier out there with a follow. Then there's Chris Kamen. Then there's Warren, and it's Powell in the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Ricky Rubio checked in for Atlanta.
And, guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Allen kicks to Stoudemire. Stoudemire, the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Horford. Rebound by the Nuggets. Kamen's got his 4th rebound in this one. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And, Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Here's Warren. And the 3 off target. The Hawks leading by 7. Johnson kicks to Horford. Back to Johnson. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Moutier passed to Warren. Kamen a screen. The dish to Aflalo. Tries to hit him. And Allen with the block. And they're able to recover. Here's Rubio. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Pass to Stoudemire. They set the screen. Shot is no good. And Denver the other way now. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Warren kicks to Moutier. And another miss by Denver.
He hit a 3 in the first. but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And Rubio kicks to Horford. Picked by Horford. Rubio dishes to Allen. 4 on the clock. Here's Stoudemire. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And it's an 11-point Hawks lead.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
A follow the pass to Moutier. But they get it back. Powell kicks to Warren. Off target with his 3. The Hawks leading by 11. And here's Rubio. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Johnson the screen. Nobody near Allen. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Ricky Rubio, Clark, one of the most highly anticipated international players in recent memory to come into the NBA.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of flash and substance to his game, and after much haggling and negotiating, he was finally allowed to join the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2011.
Denver calls timeout.
And back to Rubio, with the pressure of all that fanfare marking his arrival, he really focused in and hit the ground running. He was named Western Conference Rookie of the Month, first month of the season, and he finished second to Kyrie Irving for Rookie of the Year.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for Allen. And the basket good.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Rubio outside. Johnson double teamed. Green kicks to Stoudemire. Back to Green. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
You know, talking about Rubio, he re-upped for a huge contract extension last season. Despite some injury and shooting woes, he got $56 million over 4 years. Boy, that's a bunch of cheese for a guy that's still a bit of a question mark.
Wade double teamed. He kicks it to Fareed. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Fareed's got his first basket. Rubio with it. And Jennings picks him up defensively. Rubio dishes to Stoudemire. Rubio the pass to Horford. Gortat with the block. Outside Jennings. Pass to Gallinari. The three-pointer no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Rubio outside. He feeds it to Johnson. Gortat with the block. Jennings against Rubio. From deep, Gallinari. And it's Gallinari again missing. The Hawks leading by 10. And Rubio kicks to Horford. Back to Rubio. Inside. Shot to end this cold run. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Rubio. Rubio's got his third assist on the night. Jennings dishes to Gallinari. Now the pass to Gortat. And again, Denver no good. The Hawks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Johnson, the pass to Horford. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Atlanta calls timeout.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
And the Hawks making a change here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Horford. Millsap comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Porter's checked in for Johnson. And it's Brooks in for Ricky Rubio.
They've been outstanding from three-point range in this quarter.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
The Hawks leading by 13. Now here's Brooks. He's got 12. To the paint. He wants to get the Millsap and does.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Jennings kicks to Wade. Shot is no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And here's Atlanta. They're on a 14-6 run. Green dishes to Millsap. Green passes to Millsap. And again, it's Atlanta.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Gortat with the screen for Wade. Outside Jennings. Shot from the wing. Another shot. Rejected by Millsap. To the inside. Brooks. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Dwayne Wade.
What a night so far for Brooks. He has 12 points and 1 rebound. Boy, he's been a big contributor in this one.
And it isn't something that they get from him every game, but I tell you what, they got to be loving it today.
And he sinks the second. And so here's Denver. They trail by 18. There's a screen. And Gallinari kicks to Gortat. Back to Gallinari. Rejected by Millsap. Brooks with it. He's got 13. Here is Porter. He dishes it to Millsap. Jennings with the rebound.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Came in a screen. In the corner, Aflalo with it. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Powell. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
2 minutes remaining.
The feed to Green. Out to Brooks. Kept alive by Atlanta. Green, the pass to Pachulia. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Green dishes to Millsap. They shoot again. And it's Denver with the rebound. Powell's got his third rebound on the night. Here's the three. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Outside, Green. Back to Brooks. Millsap a screen. There's Porter with the three. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his fourth rebound in this one. And it's a Flalo penetrating. It's stolen by Green. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
For the Hawks, Stoudemire's checked in for Millsap. Johnson comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Allen in for Daniel Green. There's a good screen. Kamen kicks to Afflalo. Knocks down the three ball. Afflalo's got himself on the board with three there.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Brooks kicks to Allen. Dishes it to Brooks. 5 on the clock. 9 feet out. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 6 points for Amari Stoudemire. Now, Moutier. He's got 6. Gets it off. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Hawks lead by 13. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Aaron Brooks with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just can't shoot the triple any better than he did in that first half. That was incredible.
And here in the second, Greg, he's got to just keep taking them and making them. And if that's the case, no reason for him to stop.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Aaron Brooks with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Allen is out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. Powell kicks to Moutier. Takes the 3. Al Horford with the rebound.
Backcourt violation call.
Horford's got his 3rd rebound tonight. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
The Hawks leading by 11. To the right side. Rubio, the pass to Millsap. Jennings against Rubio. Shot is off. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And here's Gallinari. Kicks to Fareed. Here's Gortat. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Jennings kicks to Wade. Gortat with the screen for Wade. Feeds to Gortat. Down low. It's stolen by Allen. Ray Allen is on the wing. Pass to Porter. Trying to get back on track. Gortat with the block. There's the dish to Wade. Plenty of space.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Porter in the corner. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to the second half. Still scoreless.
Gallinari with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. It's back to Jennings. Fareed, a screen on Rubio. Fades. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Gortat. Gortat's got 4 points this quarter.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
And here we go. Jennings heading to the hoop. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Atlanta leading by 7. Rubio dishes to Horford. Rubio right side. Millsap passes to Horford. Last season we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for him.
Jennings with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Fareed setting the pick for Wade. Rebound by the Hawks. They led by as many as 18 points.
And for me, Horford, one of the most unappreciated stars in the league. When he's healthy, he's every bit the franchise player because he really has no weakness. He does pretty much everything well on the floor.
And Rubio kicks to Millsap. That drops. Millsap's got 11 points.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Fareed, a screen on Rubio. Jennings. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
And Horford, I mean, this guy does it all on the floor. But for me, his leadership, that's one of those real intangibles. And he's unselfish, all about his teammates, and completely focused on winning. So when your best player has that commitment, it has to rub off on the other players.
And Gallinari kicks to Jennings. And he's good on the 3-ball. And now just a 4-point Atlanta lead. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Denver?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Here's Rubio. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Hawks lead by 6. Pass to Wade. Shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. Passes it to Horford. Allen dishes to Millsap. He kicks it to Horford. Here's Porter. Banked in off the glass.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Jennings passes to Wade. He feeds it to Gortat. There's the pass to Gallinari. Double teamed on Wade. It's Gortat with the drive. Rejected by Millsap. Porter outside. Rebound by the Nuggets. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Faried excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
With a completely new group on the floor. The Hawks leading by 5. Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Tipped away. Stoudemire kicks to Green. Johnson in the corner. To the middle. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. He dishes it to Wade. And Fareed has it in the corner. The 15-footer. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one is on Stoudemire.
You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Chris Kamen's checked in for Gortat. Warren comes in for Gallinari. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Moutier in for Brandon Jennings. Green dishes to Brooks. Back to Green. The feed to Brooks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Here's Aflalo. The rebound by Johnson. Atlanta leading by 3. Brooks outside. Green the screen. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Howell's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Stoudemire slams it in.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Johnson outside. Dishes it to Pachulia. Back to Johnson. Kicks it to Stoudemire. Feeds it to Pachulia. And he lays it straight in. And it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Now here's Moutier. 8 points for him. The kick out to Aflalo. It's deflected. Pachulia with the steal. Johnson left side. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 5. That one goes. Count it. Brooks has got 4 points this quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
A wide-open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Stoudemire left side. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one comes up a bit short. Moutier kicks to Aflalo. Pass to Moutier. He's whistled for the 5-second back to the basket violation. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Al Horford, he's checked in for Pachulia. Millsap comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Porter's checked in for James Johnson. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Brooks. Porter passes to Horford. Millsap kicks to Horford. Howard down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The dish to Kaman. Pass to Moutier. He kicks to Warren. Again, the Nuggets score. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Hawks ahead. They're up by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Hawks leading by 6. Warren is out there with Powell. Then there's Aflalo. Then it's Moutier. And it's Kaman in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Millsap misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Warren dishes to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's Denver. The Hawks shooting 43% for the game. Rubio with it. Green, the screen. And Rubio kicks to Horford. And it's Rubio penetrating. Can't get it to go. The Nuggets trailed by 4. Pass to Keenan. There's the pick. Afflalo up top. He feeds it to Warren. Stolen by Rubio. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Came in a screen. To the wing right side. Clock at 4. Powell, the pass to Moutier. And a miss there on the triple.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's trying to get some easy ones.
And here's Millsap from the arc. Horford. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And the Hawks making a change here. Amare Stoudemire is checked in for Millsap. Johnson comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Ray Allen is checked in for Daniel Green. And Brooks subbed in for Ricky Rubio. The pass to Warren. Over to the left wing. Kept alive. Powell dishes to Kaman. And the wide open shot from Warren. Buries it from three-point range.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
They set the screen. Picked by Horford. Brooks kicks to Allen. Fires from deep. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Hawks making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. Kaman, a screen on Brooks. Moutier kicks to Kaman. He dishes it to Powell. And that one hits back iron.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Here is Brooks. Pachulia with it. And Kaman picks him up defensively.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Afflalo the pass to Moutier. Back to Afflalo. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The free throw good from Moutier.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
The Hawks leading by 6. Stoudemire, the screen. There's the screen. Brooks outside. Back to Allen. Atlanta gets it back. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's Brooks on the wing. Stoudemire, the screen. Brooks misses.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Powell dishes to Kaman. The feed to Moutier. Kicks it to Afflalo. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Brooks. Johnson in the corner. Five to shoot. With the fadeaway. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
And Brooks gets it to go.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Here's Warren. And again, Denver no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Pachulia kicks to Allen. They set the pick. Brooks outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis. Jennings passes to Gortat. Wade against Allen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Outside Jennings. Dishes it to Wade. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And it's 9 points for Dwayne Wade.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Feeds to Millsap. Wade against Green. Here's Horford. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Fareed a screen on Green. Wade dishes to Gortat. Fareed goes in. And Gallinari kicks to Wade. And it's Gallinari missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Just 5 to shoot. Millsap misses.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
14 feet away. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Dwayne Wade. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Jennings passes to Wade. To the paint. And Fareed the bucket on the assist by Wade. 6 points for Kenneth Fareed.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Pass to Porter. On the wing, Green gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Hawks lead by 10.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
Jennings kicks to Fareed. Wade with no one around. Gets to the corner and buries it. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Rubio with it. And Jennings picks him up defensively. So it's Denver now. Wade, he's open. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
The drive by Wade. Gortat with a screen on Green. Wade can't hit. Atlanta leading by 8. Right side, Green. There's the dish to Porter. Millsap against Fareed. Gortat with the steal. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him. Fareed setting the pick for Jennings. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Pass to Porter. Rubio with it. Wade picks him up. Shot clock at 6. And Rubio kicks to Porter. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Nuggets now on offense. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gortat with his screen on Rubio. The offensive rebound.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Now Fareed fires for 3. Missed. And so the Hawks take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother.